Blue 42! Blue 42! Hut! Hike!
This is The Game Managers on WJLX 101.5, America's one and only sports talk show. Breaking down college football's biggest games, latest news, and greatest moments. Are you ready? 'Cause it starts right now.
And hello, everyone, and welcome back to another episode of the Game Managers Podcast. I am Nick Norris. With me, as always, my co-host Patrick Hannah, and with us once again, Maddie Hannah. Maddie, how you doing?
Good.
Good. Excited for Maddie's Minute today. Patrick, how are you doing?
Doing good, man. Nice and relaxed. And right. How's the greatest average American?
I can't complain. Things are pretty good. We'll talk about that. If you, I had so many people message me and the show's page saying they tuned in to the Greatest Average American on Wednesday and watched that game show. If you didn't see it, it's on Hulu. Thank you to everybody who did. I got a lot of nice messages. That was really cool. I will talk a little bit about that in a bit. But we do have a lot of sports news today as well. It started out as a pretty slow week, and it kind of picked up the last couple of days with some news, Patrick. We're going to talk about March Madness. We got the Sweet 16. Mm-hmm. Alabama will be tipping off here just a little after this airs. We also we're going to be talking about some NFL news. We had some more signings. We had opening day in baseball, and it's still going on for some teams. And let's see what else we got the Stallions kicking off this week. We're gonna preview that as well. But less than 12 hours after news broke that North Carolina fired Hubert Davis on Tuesday night, Boston Celtics president of basketball operations Brad Stevens removed his name from consideration for the Tar Heels job. He is, of course, at the top of every program's list. Now, this doesn't mean anything. If he wants it, he can still go get it.
Yeah. I mean, because he was somebody that I grew to love as a coach watching. Because, I mean, to me, I think he was at the forefront of the transition from being an X and O's guys to being a relationship maker with Butler. And I always wondered what could have been if he had an opportunity to get to one of the Power Four conferences in basketball and to get one of those programs. Because when he made the jump from Butler to the Boston Celtics in the NBA, everybody was like scratching their heads like, this ain't going to work. And all, because you saw different other people try and didn't work. But he ended up having success there and did so well that Boston loves him so much that he's in the front office. And if I was somebody that got an itch, and if I would just kind of poke it there, you never know until you ask. Say, hey, do you want him? But that list of potential people for that job, it's the who's of anybody.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's a huge job.
Oh, yeah.
Very highly sought after. I think you sent me a list, actually, of a few names. I don't know if you've got that pulled up yet or if you remember some of them off the top of your head. But I know one of them is playing in the Sweet 16 tonight right after we conclude our show here in Nate Oates. That's right, yeah. And I wouldn't be surprised. I don't think Alabama has the money in basketball to keep Nate Oates around forever.
Nah. Another name that, and to me, it's his job if he wants it, Todd Golden over at Florida. Vanderbilt's new coach, Mark Brodington. That would be a good jump and all for him. I mean, for what he's done in just 1 year at Vandy and turning them around is really impressive. One name that I really think everybody needs to keep an eye on is Iowa State's coach, TJ Otzenberger. He's somebody that is kind of like that Fred Hoiberg who stabilized Iowa State. He has built his name, built his pedigree on there, and that's somebody who I feel is a kind of a North Carolina guy. If you watch Iowa State play, it has that old school North Carolina Roy Williams, back when MJ was even playing over at North Carolina, that type of vibe there. And then the name that I think everybody is wanting to also see go there is Billy Donovan. And all, because the Bulls are kind of like fixing to go into a rebuild. Does Billy Donovan want to go in that, or does he want to go and try to build his legacy elsewhere? And so to me, if I was putting money on it, I would say Iowa State's coach or Billy Donovan would be my choice.
Well, we're going to keep an eye on it, and we'll let you know when that happens. We did have a hiring, though. Boston College named Luke Murray to lead their men's basketball program. He was the assistant coach at the University of Connecticut, their men's basketball team. So Boston College as their guy. We'll see when North Carolina does. Opening day is here, Patrick. The Braves host the Royals tonight. That's going to be at 6:15, a little after people are listening to this, so you can finish this up and then turn that on if you're not wanting to watch Alabama basketball. Who's your MLB team? The Braves?
Mine was the Cubs. Mine.
Okay.
Yeah, they didn't do too well on opening day.
Yeah. Well, the Pirates didn't either.
Yeah, so
Yeah.
I mean but they trade a lot of people trying to do like what they used to do and try to grow through the farm system, but there was some pieces that they trade away that I felt they should have held on to try to get a little bit more for, but I don't get paid that money.
Yeah, that'd be nice. Have you made your way to their stadium and seen it?
I have not. That is on my bucket list
It's
to
really
be able
cool.
to go.
I did a tour of it. I haven't watched the game there, but I did a tour of it years ago, and it was awesome. That locker room is so tiny, and they kind of talked about how so many different people, like different teams and concerts, and people have gotten ready there, and they showed the history, and they'll show where somebody sat and this person sat, and it is so tiny. I mean, it makes Summoning Christian's locker room look big.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would love to go there and be able to see it and have a nice deep dish pizza while I'm there.
Oh yeah. I love deep dish pizza. Got me hungry. The other baseball news. This one's pretty crazy. If anybody listening doesn't have a great relationship with their parents, maybe you can relate a little bit. Philadelphia Phillies player Alec Boehm is suing his own parents, alleging they siphoned his money into financial accounts they supposedly managed for him, then used it to pay their own expenses. Suing your own parents.
That's
Pretty brutal.
that's very brutal.
Cutthroat. But if they took a lot of money, I mean, I guess you got to do what you got to do. But man,
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't want to be around the family for the holidays.
Yeah.
That makes things kind of odd.
it's always there's more athletes that you think that apparently have really strained relationships with their family. Aaron Rodgers has been kind of open about his and him and
Well, and if you look at even in like the Hollywood scene with like the singers, I mean, there's some of them that have had tense
Yeah.
relationships. Like the whole I think it was Britney Spears.
oh yeah,
I mean
yeah.
that got like really really ugly.
Yeah, very much so. And then Michael Orr, I know that wasn't his parents, the Blind Side people.
Yeah,
but,
that one too.
That one got ugly. They were sort of parental figures, I guess. This happened just a few hours ago. Tiger Woods was involved in a rollover car crash. You see this?
Yeah, I was actually reading that before I left the house.
Luckily, the earlier reports are claiming there are no serious injuries. We haven't got any confirmation on anything just yet. I just checked again before we started recording, but seems like he's probably okay. Of course, Woods returned to competitive golf earlier this week. His team lost in the TGL Championship, but maybe we'll see him in Augusta soon. I think President Trump came out today and said that he wasn't. So I don't know if he had some kind of insider information that he's not going to be in Augusta, but I hope he is. I mean, I'd like to see him, and hopefully, more importantly, that he's okay, and that if there was anybody else involved in that crash, it's okay. I did see the sheriff ruled out any sort of distracted driving. They said that it was just a freak accident. So that's good.
Yeah. I mean, because that's good. Because the last time I've heard him in the news, he was playing with his son in one of those celebrity games, and his son's not that bad of a golfer either. And so I'm kind of hoping that Tiger can kind of stick around a little bit to where his son gets like professional, and then they can have like at least 1 year where they're playing together on the pro state.
That'd be cool.
But I mean, just amazing to me how we're still talking about Tiger Woods, because I mean, to me, you would think he's like got to be like in his 60s or 70s because he's been playing for so long.
So long.
Because I think if I remember reading, I think he started on the pro aspect when he was like around 15.
Yeah. I remember being like 3 years old and Tiger Woods had name in headlines.
Yes.
Like, I mean, he's been around my entire life. Probably more longevity than Tom Brady.
Probably so.
Yeah. So he's been around a long time and has continued to play at a high level. I know that injury from these previous car crash, they nearly had to amputate his leg after that, and that really set him back pretty significantly. He's been working toward making a comeback to some degree. But, I mean, if that wouldn't have happened, he'd be playing at an even higher level. And still, even with that happening, he's still a pretty impressive golfer.
He can still drive it farther than I can.
Oh, yeah. Well, speaking of guys a little past their prime, Joe Flacco is returning for his 19th NFL season on a one-year contract with the Bengals, so they're going to be bringing him back there to back up Joe Burrow, which is probably a good call. It seems like Joe Burrow behind that offensive line is a pretty difficult time staying healthy, understandably. So got an experienced veteran back there to back him up.
But did you read the story about how he felt insulted that there was not more teams interested in him and giving him a chance at the starting role?
No, I did not.
Oh my gosh, there was a story that came out where he felt insulted.
Oh wow.
I mean, he was sitting there saying, I've been in this league, I've won a Super Bowl, I've been a Super Bowl MVP. But what people don't understand, and he doesn't understand, you're 43 years old.
Yeah.
You're not at the same.
No, you're nobody's long-term solution.
You're going to be known as long as you want to play this game, you're going to be known as that veteran backup that can help keep a team in playoff contention.
Yeah.
But I think he's thinking that he's got like the Phillip Rivers, Tom Brady mentality that he can just still do it. I mean, when he did play for the Bengals, when Burrows went down and they traded for him, yeah, he still did well. But to me, is it somebody that I would, as a coach, would put my trust in for a full season? No.
Yeah, no. I mean, I like Joe Flacco, but I'm not pushing for him to be my starting quarterback. He's a great backup and he's a solid quarterback. But he's got some years on him. Nobody's a long-term solution.
No, I mean, Phillip Rivers even said the only reason why he came back is because of his relationship with the head coach and with the Jim Ishri family that's in Indianapolis. But he said, could I do it for a whole season? He's like, heck no.
Yeah, right.
Now, Tom Brady thinks he can after playing in flag football.
Yeah, I saw this week that somebody had asked him if he had asked the NFL if he could come back and play as a minority owner, and the NFL shut him down.
Yeah, they shut him down real quick. Yeah,
very. Yeah, he doesn't need to do that. No. He doesn't need to come back. Also, how about the flag football team just smoking all the NFL players?
Oh, that was great to watch.
Yeah,
I mean,
I was with everybody else. I was like, well, if we get the Olympics, we need to put all our best NFL players out there. But apparently not. Like watching them, those guys, they play a different type of football.
Yeah,
they're very small. They're very shifty. They don't move. They move side to side way more than you do in real football. So a guy like Saquon Barkley, who we think of as really light on his feet, just can't move his hips that way. Mm-mm. And why would he train to? He's got to train for real football.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was always for putting the NFL guys in there, but now it's like, if we're going to win, I don't think we should.
No, and if you go back and you watch those games, that was real fun to watch. I mean, I was the same way, sitting there thinking, man, these NFL guys are Tom Brady's fixing to pick them apart. And then you had some celebrities out there like Logan Paul all. And so you were sitting there thinking, oh, they're going to do great. But then you got the average Joe over here just taking it to Travis Kelce and Ron Gronkowski and all these other guys, and I'm like, he caught myself cheering on the average Joe. Because you got to think, for them, that's their Super Bowl right there.
Yeah, well, like 2 years ago, the starting quarterback for Team USA, or who was supposedly going to be Team USA, he had said, like, publicly, like, we don't need the NFL guys. It's insulting to us, and that was, everybody saw that as a joke. But he backed it up.
He backed it up.
You're right. It should be you guys. It shouldn't be our NFL players, because it's a different game.
Yeah, because one of those guys that's playing DB, he picked off Tom Brady.
Yeah.
I mean, how many people can say that?
That's pretty cool.
That just comes off the street and just picks off probably the greatest quarterback of our time.
Yeah. That was fun to watch. I didn't watch the whole thing. I saw a bunch of clips, but that was cool. That was cool. That's the kind of thing that years ago we would have had on pay-per-view and would have made a ton of money. I always thought when back in like 2010s, early 2010s, I was like, why don't they do Michael Jordan, LeBron James game of horse on pay-per-view?
Yeah.
Because back then that would have made so much money. I mean, it still would, but not as much.
Not as much as it would right now.
But that's the kind of thing that, if pay-per-view is still as big as it used to be, that would have been on there. Speaking of football, though, the Bills have re-signed safety Damar Hamlin to a 1-year contract. I like Damar Hamlin.
I do too.
I think he's a good safety. I think 1-year contract's probably the way to go, though. He's obviously getting a little bit older, and he's not old, but he hasn't been playing to the level that he once did. So 1-year contract, let him prove himself. I like giving him a shot there. And in Seattle, this is a ton of money. They're going to play Smith and Jigma $36.5 million in 2026, $35 million signing bonus, a $1.25 million base salary, and a $250,000 workout bonus. So he's going to be making bank as a receiver there. I thought that was pretty crazy. But crazier news, this comes from I copied and pasted this directly from an ESPN, or I'm sorry, an article from The Athletic. The Los Angeles Rams wide receiver Puka Nacua was sued in a California civil court Wednesday over allegations that he made an anti-Semitic statement and bit two women on New Year's Eve. Madison Atiaba, sorry if I get that wrong, she's the woman suing Nacua. He alleges in her suit that the incident occurred while she and the star receiver separately attended a group dinner in Los Angeles. Nacua allegedly, quote, became intoxicated and was acting strange and touchy-feely with the women at dinner. Atiabi, who is Jewish, alleges that the 24-year-old Nacua at one point shouted expletive, all the Jews, seemingly at random, and the group boarded a Sprinter van together after the meal. Atiaba said at which point Nacua allegedly became physically aggressive toward her and her female friend, and, quote, without provocation, consent, or warning, defendant dropped his head into the lap and bit the plaintiff female's companion, her thumb, with such force that her companion screamed in acute pain, which is weird if true. Soon after the lawsuit, he turned his attention to Atiabi and allegedly bit her on the left shoulder hard enough to leave tooth imprints. Now, Nacua hasn't commented on this, but his attorney did. He came out and denied the account in a statement Wednesday night, saying that this lawsuit was filed in an attempt to blackmail for millions of dollars. There's no truth to it. Nacua, for a guy that for a couple of years was just like name was not in the headlines for anything other than playing football, seemed like a really kind of quiet dude. And if this isn't true, this isn't his fault. But over the last 6 months, it's kind of made a 180, and he's in a lot of headlines for the wrong reasons. Between this and this weird streaming sort of incident that probably blew up bigger than it should have. Some weird stuff going on, but who knows if it's true, and if it's not, hopefully they're able to settle that, in court or outside of it and bring this to an end. But seems strange.
Yeah, very very strange. I don't even know how I could even say anything on that.
That's why I was like, I'm just gonna copy and paste it and put it exactly how they said, just to avoid me saying or adding anything into it, because I don't know what to take from that.
Yeah, I don't either.
How serious is that? If it is true, is it true? NFL, even if it is true, NFL has covered up way more, or lets way more slide than biting somebody's thumb. But strange. He if it is true, or if there is any truth to it, he needs to get his head on straight before, he's been in the headlines recently. But hopefully it's not true. Ongoing labor negotiations for the NFL and NFL Referees Association broke off earlier than scheduled this week. Talks were scheduled for Wednesday and Thursday, but ended after Wednesday morning session. The NFLRA's collective bargaining agreement expires May 31st, and so the NFL is setting up to vet and hire replacement officials for the 2026 season. Patrick, we remember when they had replacement officials.
That was a nightmare.
A nightmare. Nobody wants this again.
No.
Nobody wants this again.
No.
But I'm going to read, because I feel like we keep seeing headlines talking about that the NFL and the refs can't figure out a deal, but nobody's really talking about what the deal is and what the refs are asking for, what the NFL is wanting. So I've kind of made a list, broke it down here, so we can see what the refs are wanting, what the NFL is wanting, and see if they're, maybe we don't have to pick a side necessarily, but see if we can come to an understanding here. So the NFLRA allegedly refused to engage on one of the league's priorities, to improve officiating performance. In an email sent later Wednesday to NFLRA membership from a source, the members were informed that the, quote, lack of respect and recognition of our value to the game was an insulting representation of the current league's position. Now, obviously, that's not what this is fighting over. They're not fighting over being better at your job. What they're really fighting for is money, as it always comes down to. So the NFL officials are not full-time employees of the league. According to sources, the average NFL official last season, without looking, Patrick, what do you think a ref gets paid per season?
$28,000.
So a little bit more, $350,000 annually.
Oh.
Yeah.
Wow.
As part of a multi-prolonged compensation structure that includes game fees, bonuses, meeting fees, preparation fees, and other benefits. They get their own gyms. Like, they can work out in NFL facilities. The refs can, which is pretty cool. I didn't know that. They get a lot of stuff, but I think what they're mostly fighting for is that they're not full-time employees, so they don't get a lot of the benefits. But you're getting $350,000 to call games. That's $300,000 more than we make.
Yeah.
I'd give up my benefits for $300,000.
I mean, I would too.
But They're not asking us. The NFL has offered a 10% increase in game fees across the board in the regular season and up to 30% for those who work the Super Bowl. So the NFL is offering some more money, but what the NFL is wanting that the refs are not, they are seeking agreements to improve officiating performance, in part by redirecting annual bonus money toward high-performing officials and increasing the probationary period for new officials, which currently stands at 3 years. So the NFL has wanted to change it to, if you're a really good ref, you're going to get bonus, and if you're not going to get a bonus, which apparently right now they all get bonuses. And then they also want to change it to, if you get probation, you're out for 3 years instead of whatever, or you're out for more than 3 years. It's currently 3 years. And the refs don't want that. Obviously, they feel like if they make a mistaken call, they don't want to lose their job for 3+ years, which I understand. At the end of the day, NFL's got all the power in this one. Yeah. There's the NFLRA is not going to be able to get the public support that the Players Association can. People want the players to get paid. Most people hate refs.
Yes, they do. Yeah.
And I want the refs to get paid. If the NFL's got billions, they can make these guys full-time employees. I got nothing against that. I'm never going to take the corporation side, just personally. But that being said, they're not going to be able to win over the general public unless something drastic changes. So I just hope that we don't get replacement at refs again.
That was a nightmare, and you saw so many calls that you normally would not see in a game that had head coaches and players scratching their head like, what?
Like the catch of a catch.
Yes.
Yeah. I can't sit through a full NFL season of that. Please get this figured out. NFL, you have the money, just pay them. Whatever. I don't care. Just don't let this happen, please. But speaking of football that is ready to kick off, we got the Birmingham Stallions kicking off their UFL season today on the road at the Louisville Kings in Kentucky. Now, they won't play at home until I believe it's April 18th, and that's going to be the home opener. I think I'm going to go to it. I don't know if you'd like to come as well. I actually applied for media passes, and I got a pretty good feeling about them. I'll talk to you a little bit about that after, but even if not, I'm probably going to go. It's like $10 a ticket.
Yeah, I was about to say ticket prices are cheap.
Yeah.
I'm mainly going just because they've got a nice little entertainment lineup.
That's right. Yeah.
I was like, wow.
I know. That's pretty impressive.
And did you know that out of the UFL games for opening week, the Birmingham-Louisville game is the first one to have a complete sellout?
Really?
Yes.
That's awesome. Nice. I'm excited about that. I know when it was, before it was the UFL, when it was the USFL, I think maybe, I don't know that they sold out one then.
I don't think they did, but I think it was St. Louis and Birmingham had the highest gate totals. That's the reason why they were able to come over when they merged with the XFL.
Okay. Yeah,
and when they merged with the XFL, they were still some of the highest profitable from the original USFL.
Yeah.
But they were on the fence of possibly not even being able to come back. And I think that's one reason why Skip Holtz, said peace.
Yeah, probably so. But I'm excited. I'll be honest, I haven't been to any of the Stallion games and I haven't followed them. But this year it feels like there's a little more of an excitement for it. I think just because now they're a little bit more established in the city. They're doing a lot more partnerships with the other minor league teams in Birmingham. I think that's cool. I'm excited. I'm going to follow them, and I hope they do well this year. We also have the WNFC, which we discovered a couple weeks ago, Patrick, the Women's National Football Conference. It kicks off today, too. Do you remember what teams you picked? I got them pulled up.
I was about to say, I think I do remember.
Okay. We got the Golden State Storm, the Las Vegas Silver Stars, LA Legends. You had the Legends, didn't you?
I was about to say, she had the Legends.
We got the San Diego Rebellion, Kansas City Glory, Oregon Ravens, Seattle Majestic, Utah Falcons with a Z. Chicago Winds. Is that who you picked?
No.
Mississippi Panthers, Tennessee Trojans, Texas Elite Spartans, Atlanta Truth, Florida Avengers.
I think I went either Florida Avengers or Tennessee Trojans, and whichever one I did not go with, I think Caitlin went with the other one.
Yeah, I think you might have went with Trojans because I remember us talking about how cool that logo is.
Yeah.
And I went with Jersey Shore Wave, I'm pretty sure, because I liked their logo a lot. Either that or Golden State Storm. Yeah, they wanted to go back. I guess it hasn't started yet. We can always change our teams.
Yeah, I'm going to Because I think you wrote them down somewhere.
Yeah, somewhere. I'll have to find it.
If not, I'll have to go back into the archives and rewatch who I picked.
Let's figure out what our teams were. I remember Maddie's. That's the only one I remember. And then in NASCAR, to wrap up the news of the week, NASCAR, we have the Cookout 400 at 2:30 on Sunday at Martinsville Speedway. What are we looking for in this one, Patrick?
Short track race, short track tempers.
Okay.
These are the ones that get like the most watched views because somebody's going to end up getting in a fight.
Oh, okay. That's exciting.
And here's the cool thing about this track. If you win, you get a grandfather clock.
That is cool.
I mean, it is really cool. So
that's awesome.
So that's the one that I always really kind of love watching. I mean, it's basically the track is like a paperclip. And so that's what's really cool about that.
Yeah.
And then a couple guys to be able to kind of keep a lookout for. Denny Hamlin. This is his home track in Virginia. So he's going to be kind of like the fan favorite to be able to get the win there. And Toyota's on a nice little winning streak as well. So we'll see what kind of comes about from it.
Okay.
But I'm pulling for Denny Hamlin, and then I think the most fun will be see what happens after the race.
Okay, exciting. Yeah, I'm excited for it then. Cookout 400. You like Cookout? You like the Cookout franchise?
Oh yeah.
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 I don't think I've ever had Cookout before.
Oh, it's great.
Yeah.
There's a place. There's a cookout that's in Pigeon Forge. We normally try to go to it. It's kind of got like a combination. It's got like the Freddy's cheese curds, and they've got like a ton of different milkshakes that you can go off of as well.
Yeah.
I mean, it is awesome.
Oh man. I think there's one in Tuscaloosa.
I think there is.
Yeah.
I think there is.
I'm gonna have to try it.
Oh yeah, I think I remember. Wait, is that when we were like at the mountains?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I remember that.
You like Cookout?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
What did I get from there?
Let's look at some opening day scores. We had our first opening night. That was the Yankees and Giants, and as everyone predicted, the Yankees did win that one, 7-0.
That was on Netflix too, I think.
It was, yeah, Netflix. I don't know if it was their first baseball game, but it was on Netflix. On yesterday, Thursday, the Mets beat the Pirates 11-7. I had a jersey ship in just in time to lose. The Brewers beat the White Sox. The Nationals beat the Cubs. So we both did poorly yesterday.
Yeah, we did.
The Orioles beat the Twins. Red Sox beat the Reds. Angels over the Astros. Tigers beat the Padres. Phillies beat the Rangers. Cardinals beat the Rays. Dodgers beat the Diamondbacks. And the Guardians beat the Mariners. And then today we got some more games. Yankees and Giants are playing again right now. We got the Athletics and Blue Jays, Rockies, Marlins, Royals, and Braves. This will be the Braves opening day. I know most of everybody around here are Braves fans, so catch that one on MLB TV. And you can still get into the game for as low as $70.
Wow.
We got the Astros and Angels, the Guardians and Mariners, the Tigers and Padres, and the Diamondbacks and the Dodgers today as well. Flipping over to college basketball, but not to March Madness yet. We're going to get there. We are now looking at our NITE brackets. Not as easy to find the NIT bracket on Google as it is the March Madness.
Yeah, that one's hard to find because I was trying my best to try to keep up with it, and I can't find a bracket.
I know. I can only find CBS Sports has a pretty good list, but it's still not a bracket.
Yeah.
We had the quarterfinals Tuesday. This was March 24th, so this was just a few days ago. We had Tulsa beat Wichita State. New Mexico beat St. Joseph's. Then the next day on Wednesday, we had Illinois State beat Dayton, and we had Auburn beat Nevada, 75-69. So Auburn staying alive. Yesterday, no. Are they done till April 2nd?
Yeah, because I think it's the Final Four, and they go to Indianapolis, so they give them some time for travel.
Okay, very nice. Well, here's what we got coming up April 2nd. We've got in Indianapolis, number 1 Tulsa versus number 1 New Mexico. That's going to be on ESPN. We don't have the time yet. And we have number 1 Auburn and number 4 Illinois State also on ESPN. Also don't have a time yet. But Auburn and Illinois State will be our next matchup for the Tigers. And then the championship will be that Sunday, April 5th. We'll get the semifinal winners in that one. So we'll keep up with it and see how the Tigers do coming up. But let's talk about the one that people actually care about. The Sweet 16 is here. And we're just going to quickly go through the list here. We've got Duke and St. John's. Duke just coming off a win against TCU, 81-58, dominant win. And St. John's just beat Kansas 67-65 in a tight one. So this is going to be at 6:10 today. It's Duke versus St. John's. We also have we had Arizona and Arkansas. Arizona won that one 109-88, putting out another SEC team. And we have Arizona and Purdue tomorrow. Arizona just come off that win over Arkansas, and Purdue beat Texas, number 11, another SEC team.
Yeah, that Purdue-Texas game was probably the best game of the tournament so far.
We are going to see if it can be beaten. Yeah, that 79-77 final there in Purdue's favor. We also have today, this is one that's tonight, nearly a 9 p.m. tip-off, 8:45. We got number 3 Michigan State and number 2 UConn. I picked Michigan State to win it all. I don't know why. I was going off vibes, and I have a Michigan State shirt.
I went with Duke to be able to win it all, but the way St. John's been playing,
yeah,
they're gonna put up a fight. And Rick Pitino's record once he gets to the Sweet 16 is one of the best.
Well, we're going to see that one. That one is at 8:45 tonight. UConn is a 2.5-point favorite. And I should have mentioned the Duke game as well. Duke is a 6.5-point favorite over St. John's. And then let's go down, and we've got Iowa and Illinois. That one is tomorrow at 5:09 p.m. And they're going to be right on time with that, I'm sure.
Yeah.
Iowa just came off a 77-71 win over number 4 Nebraska. Illinois enters this off a win over number 2 Houston, 65-55. Houston losing that game by 10 points, and that they were less than 2 miles from their campus.
Yeah,
which is crazy. Their campus is closer to that stadium than UAB is to the football field.
That's insane.
Yeah, because there's a 3-mile difference there, and they lost that one. Basically, essentially a home game. And they lost it. We also have Tennessee and Iowa State. ISU is a 3.5-point favorite. Tennessee just beat Virginia 79-72, and Iowa State beat Kentucky 82-63. Beat down. And then we have the one that everybody around here is waiting for. Number 1, Michigan. Number 4, Alabama. Now, Michigan is nearly a 10-point favorite, 9.5. You can catch that one on TBS or True TV at 6:35. So when this wraps up, you'll be able to watch it over there. You can listen to it here on WJLX 101.5. We'll be playing that broadcast. Michigan just beat St. Louis 95-72, and Alabama spanked Texas Tech 90-65. But can the Tide get it done? Michigan, it's a big, tall, strong team. They've got some big dudes.
Yeah, and they're very strong on the defensive side of the ball. So it's going to be a good matchup because Bama likes to run that fast-paced press, and so I think if I remember correctly, this one was one of my toss-ups on my bracket. I think I went with just the old mindset, defense wins championships, and I think I went with Michigan. But I hope Alabama does well. And yes, I am an Auburn fan, but this is representing our state.
Oh yeah,
and so I want our state to do
well.
well.
I always root for Auburn when the times that they had a lot of success the last few years. They made it to the Final Four.
Speaking of the brackets, how's our game managers?
I need to check that. I wonder if I'm signed in here. Let me see. I'll sign in. I know mine has not done very well at all. I'll look on my phone in just a second here, but I've been struggling. I don't know. Have you checked it out recently?
I haven't checked it out since I got back from vacation. I know before when I went on vacation, I think I was tied for first.
Yeah, not me. Here it is. I got it pulled up right here. Let me go to groups. Now, the website's been weird, I think, just because so many people's been on it. It's really hard to actually find the group you're in. It's not where it's supposed to be. So you have to go to your brackets. It took me forever to find it the other day. But I'll look in a second and see. But, yes, we do have the Game Managers group. You still can join it if you already had a bracket made.
Yeah.
So you can add that bracket into it. So if you do have one, you just want to see. Here we go. Let's see here. Groups. That's okay. I'll find out. It's not me. I can tell you that much. I'm not doing very well at all. But I do have Michigan State. I've got a 31.1%. My national rank is 18.9 million.
Hey, look at that.
I'm in the top 20 million.
You are.
That's pretty good. Pretty good. Hopefully, if you are in that group, you're doing better than we are, or than I am, I should say. 'Cause mine's struggling. I assume nobody has a perfect bracket at this point.
Because I think it was
zero. Nobody has a perfect.
Yeah, I want to say when I checked, it was me, James, and Brian. I think might have been in either a tie or 1, 2, 3. I think.
Well, if I can, I think I figured it out. I think this is how I did it last time. Let's see. Nope, that's okay. I did find it earlier. It's blame the ESPN website. They've made it weird where your groups aren't showing up. I think it's because so many people are tuning into to the website. But that is March Madness. We're going to keep you updated on that Alabama game. Hopefully they advance so we can keep talking about them. But if they don't, been a great run. Good run for a turbulent season for Alabama. Really mostly off the court. And it's been a turbulent week here for me in a good way. I had that game show. I know Maddie, I think, had some questions maybe involving that. Now, is this part of your Maddie's Minute or is this separate? It's up to you.
Yeah, it's up to you.
What's your Maddie's Minute about? Let me ask you that.
Questions that I did like the other week.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna add some more.
Oh, okay.
And I'm tracking your points on here.
Oh, are you? Let's start with Maddie's Minute then. Let's see what you got here for us. All right. What kind of questions? Now, last time, remind me, it was questions about you, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, is your favorite song? I think was one of them.
I think it was like favorite song. If I can go anywhere, and
Okay.
if the trick question, Hello Kitty.
That's right. So, what do you have for us this week?
So I have my favorite show, my favorite movie. Do I like slippers or blankets? Daddy probably know that one.
Let's start with show. Okay, said
Yeah.
favorite show.
Yeah, I have like a list here.
Okay.
All right. My favorite show.
I'm gonna say Wizards of Waverly Place.
Okay. Daddy?
I will say Girl Meets World.
Nick was right.
Oh, okay, 1 point for me. Let's go. All right. Question 2. You said movie?
Yes.
Patrick, you want to go first this time?
I will say on movie, I will say Wicked for good.
I'm going to say Wicked Part 1.
Oh.
It was Wizard of Oz.
Oh, the original.
Y'all were on the right track.
We were close.
We can get a half a point.
No.
No handouts, she said.
Man.
All right. Do I like slippers or blankets more?
Okay, do you like water blankets?
Slippers.
Slippers or blankets? I think that okay, so slippers are very useful, but I think blankets you probably use them more. Can't have a bed without a blanket. So I'm going to say blanket. What do you say, Patrick?
I'm going to go with blankets as well.
Trick question, it was both.
Oh, got us again.
Man.
If I do questions like this, it's going to have to be a trick question. All right. What is my favorite season?
Favorite season? Well, we just started spring, so maybe you're thinking about spring. I like the cold. I don't know.
Yeah, I'm the same way too.
I'm going to say summer because you're out of school.
I'm going to go with fall.
Okay. Daddy, wait, did you say summer?
I said summer.
All right. So, Daddy got right. It was spring and fall.
Okay, spring and fall.
All right. So, y'all both are tied right now.
Oh, we're tied. Okay.
Do I like the ukulele or the guitar better?
Let's see.
They're very similar.
If your favorite season was summer, I'd say ukulele because that's a beachy instrument. But fall makes me think of guitar.
I'm going to go with guitar.
I'm gonna also go with guitar.
Both are right.
Okay, nice.
All right. What is my favorite holiday?
Ooh.
I'm gonna say Christmas.
Okay.
I'm going to go. Does your birthday count as a holiday?
Oh, is this a trick?
Well, to me, yes.
See, that's what I'm thinking. This is going to be one of those trick questions. If you're considering your birthday as a holiday, I would say your birthday. But if not, I would say Christmas.
All right. So, it was Easter.
Easter. Okay,
Okay.
and Easter's coming up.
Yeah.
Very soon.
All right. Last question.
Last question.
All right. Do I like Stitch or Hello Kitty better?
Ooh. Now Stitch, I know there's the girl Pink Stitch.
Yeah.
And that
All
was
right,
really
I'm gonna
cute.
give y'all a hint. It's not a trick question.
It's not. This one has an answer. Okay, thank you. I'm gonna say.
I'm gonna go Hello Kitty.
I also think it's Hello Kitty, but I'll say Stitch just so I can maybe get the point. Okay, which one? Oh, hello! I should have went with my gut. I should have known. All right, great Maddie's Minute. Thank you so much, Maddie. Those are fun. I like those. Those are good.
I think I got next week's ready.
Okay.
I just got to think about it.
Okay. Do you know what is it going to be a similar thing?
It's gonna be like I haven't done like a show thing in a while, like movie.
Okay.
Show.
Yeah.
So I think I may do it. I don't know.
Okay.
I may do a show. I don't know about a movie yet. But.
We'll be looking forward to it.
But speaking of show, so the Great Average American
That's right.
is right here with us. So if you haven't gone and watched, you need to go watch because I love the format of the show.
Yeah,
and you cannot find a better host.
Oh yeah, he's great. Nate Bargatze's great. It was really cool because he's really nice in person, and to me, what made me really feel like they had a lot of trust in him is they didn't give us any sort of PR write up. We didn't have to go out and say like, oh yeah, he was great, you did this and that. They told us nothing. They were just like, yeah, go talk about your experience, which is cool. And everybody's experience was really positive. He came and talked to us individually when he was getting pulled in a million different directions off camera. You know, he was slammed. They filmed that whole season across like 4 days.
Wow.
And so every episode was just back to back to back filming them. He was exhausted. Still made the time to come talk to us. That's just what we did. Where how we got there, how we doing. That was really cool, and so I really appreciated that. But the show itself was really fun. Yeah, I mean they had a live audience there. It's like 300 people. Beautiful set, and I thought the whole time leading up to it, I was like, oh, this will be. I'm not going to be nervous. Like I've done radio and I've done a little bit on camera stuff. I got up there and my legs were shaking, man. Like I felt like I was doing my first varsity football game. But it was a blast. It was a lot of fun.
Well, just from the TV standpoint, in which I know that can go in there and do some edits, you couldn't tell that you were nervous at all.
Oh, good.
I felt like watching that. I felt you were probably the most comfortable.
Oh, that's nice. That's good.
And so when it came down to you in the finals,
yeah,
with you and Nate standing there, I felt like he was like your big cheerleader. Like he was really pulling for you to be able to win that.
Yeah, that was cool.
And to be honest, I felt like Caitlin was more nervous than you were because the couple times they showed her on there, I was like, she's about to pass out.
I'll be honest. We did a bunch of practice rounds before we did it, just so you knew how the game runs and everything. So you're comfortable with it. And every time I was the first one eliminated. And so I like going into it, I was just like, I just don't want to be the first one out. Like I had no expectation of winning anything. And the other two contestants, they were super cool, very nice, but they were very competitive. They were like, "No, I'm winning this." Like behind the scenes, they're like, "Yeah, no, I'm here to win this."
I could tell the guy was real competitive. The girl I thought was kind of like you, was just like chill, cool, laid back.
They both were. And so when it was just me left, and I was going for the big money, I had already surpassed my expectations, and so I really didn't even have any stress on me because I was just like, this doesn't feel real. Like I shouldn't have made it this far anyway. If it doesn't work out, that's fine. And it just luckily it did. But yeah, that was really cool. And what's crazy is my friend Damien, who is from Maplesville. He's in Birmingham and works at a station in Birmingham. He was on Wheel of Fortune 2 days before me, and we had no idea that each other were on game shows. Yeah, and he won. He won like $36,000 in a trip to Panama.
Wow.
Yeah, so he did it well too. So. He's also got a wedding coming up, so I imagine his is probably going to that wedding.
Yeah, yeah.
But, and hopefully that Panama will be his honeymoon. But it was pretty cool. Yeah, it was everybody I've talked to there was super nice, and it was an awesome experience. If it gets a second season and they want me back, I'll be there. It was awesome.
Well, I'll tell you, on your first question, because we were playing along at the house, we had like a watch party.
Yeah.
And all with it. And on your first question, Brandy got it right, but I guess the same thing you did with lightsaber.
Yeah, so the question was if you could have like a fictional object, what would it be? Invisibility, cloak, lightsaber, something, two other things.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I went with the lightsaber. I'm like, that would be like so cool, but it's like what you said, if you're not a Star Wars fan, everybody's going to be like, why would I want a lightsaber for?
Yeah. But also, like, I don't know, what are you using an invisibility cloak for?
Exactly. That was my thing. I mean, I don't know why people would want that.
I think I could find way more uses every day with a lightsaber than an invisibility cloak.
Oh, I'm the same way because invisibility cloak. I mean, you can be invisible, but do you really want to know what people may be talking about when you're not around?
Yeah, like if I can go chop limbs with a lightsaber or immediately cook my steak while I cut it.
Exactly.
I can do anything. Yeah, way more uses. But that's what makes the show tricky. Is it's like it's not even what's right. Not that has a right answer, but it's not even what's right. It's what the average person would say, and it's kind of hard to guess what they would say.
Oh, your quick answer on the skydiving cracked me up. I mean, he wasn't even done reading the question. You were like insane.
Oh, I was running out of time. I was like, he's taking too slow. I got to answer these.
I was like, well, I'm not going to invite Nick to go skydiving because he thinks I would be insane.
I'd love to skydive, but I also know that the weight limit on it's like 220, and I'm over that. So I'm I don't know that I should go skydiving. I'd love to. But even though I think it would be fun, it is insane.
Oh, it is.
Humans are not meant to leave the ground like that.
Oh, yeah. Well, and my biggest fear is probably like everybody else's. What if I'm the one that gets unlucky and gets to shoot that doesn't open?
Yeah, because that does happen. I mean, super rare.
Super rare,
but it does. It does happen. Yeah. But it was awesome, man. I obviously very grateful. I haven't got the money yet. I got to wait for it to hit. Apparently, in these game shows, you think you walk away with the money. But it takes a while for it to be deposited and everything. Same thing apparently if you are on a game show where they give away a car. Like it takes apparently forever to get them.
Well, I figure like with your money, Uncle Sam's got to get his cut before it comes to you.
That was a really cool thing about the show. So on the show, the amount they say you win is like $67,920, something like that. It's the average American salary, but they actually pay you a lot more to cover the taxes.
Really?
So the lump sum that hits your account is actually way more impressive than that number, but that's the number that's basically left after federal taxes. You still have to take state taxes out of it, but that was pretty cool because apparently, from what I've researched, virtually no other game show does that.
Well, that's real cool.
Yeah, and that was apparently more credit to Nate. That was like his thing. Is like if I'm doing it, that's what it's going to be. The number that we say is what the number's going to be.
Nice.
That was pretty cool. So I went and talked to my tax lady today.
Well, and I get is your money going towards because I can't remember what you said on the show. You said something about Australia or something. I think. Yeah.
No. Money is mostly going toward student loans. That's what I'll mostly get toward. Now we are going to go to Australia this year. We're going to go in December on a trip.
Okay.
And by getting those student loans out of the way, I'm going to have money to go on that trip.
There you go.
But no, that it'll mostly be going toward loans. Unfortunately, not the fun thing. I really want to go put it in a big gym, but no, it's going toward the loan. I'm going to be responsible with that, I guess.
Now, the last and probably the most important question, because I know that they do listen to our podcast, is Mr. Darwin and Mr. Jordan going to be seeing you on Monday?
They will.
Are you going to?
Because that's not the end of my debt.
Yeah. Because I figure you're going to be signing a lot of autographs when you hit your classroom.
Oh, I just know I'm going to be asked by so many kids for PS5s and stuff. So, yeah. I'll see how much of a celebrity I am Monday. Hope maybe they've forgotten by then. It's been a long week, so maybe it'll be old news.
Well, and it was good that it was there in the middle of spring break because you know as well as I do, a lot of kids don't remember what happened from day one to day two.
Yeah, no.
But it's not every day that my teacher makes a game show and wins.
That's also true. Yeah, it's pretty cool. I figured I'll be fielding a lot of questions Monday, but I'm happy to. It's a small price to pay.
You might be the Viking of the week.
Yeah, that's right. It should be. Well, we got some weird news to wrap this up. We got about 15 minutes left in the show, and let's use it on this weird news here. And Patrick, you sent me this story, and somehow this went under our radar. This is from January 29th, and I just haven't seen this anywhere. But ex-NFL star Tyrann Mathieu, who we all remember as the Honey Badger, played at LSU before he was cut from the team. He failed a drug test, ended up going to the NFL, had a pretty good career in the league. He apparently, while at LSU, tried using bleach to pass a college drug test. Of course, that did not work. But former NFL safety Tyrann Mathieu said he, quote, tried everything in the books, end quote, to pass a drug test during his playing career at LSU, recalled using fake appendages and drinking bleach with Coca-Cola, which is amazing. He's alive.
Yeah.
These should not be, probably. During Tuesday's installment, January's installment of In the Bayou podcast, Matthew explained that he got severely sick after he drank Coca-Cola that was topped with bleach. Recipe discovered while scrolling Google. This is why you don't do what you read online, kids. He said he did everything. He tried using other people's urine, and he could have died on this. Yeah, he could have. This is crazy. Just don't do the weed. That's a lot easier.
That's a simple thing. Just don't do the drugs that you're doing.
That's a lot easier solution to your problems. But a couple of tests before I realized they're going to kick me out of school, I'm on Google trying to figure out how I'm going to pass this test. They keep threatening me. Scrolling and come across this that says put some bleach on top of your Coca-Cola, and so I did that. Felt like my insides were erupting. I ended up throwing up. At that point, it's like I've run out of tricks. Yeah. I guess that was rock bottom. That was a wake-up call. But, props to him, though. After this, he did learn from it.
He did.
He had a clean career in the NFL. He was never in another headline for the wrong reason, as far as I'm aware. Of course, he was a Heisman finalist. He was everywhere in 2010, man.
Yeah.
He was the biggest deal in football. And then when he got kicked off the team, that was everywhere. And he was a player that I was glad to see turn around and work out. He just retired last July. 12 seasons, 3 Pro Bowl nods, won a Super Bowl with the Chiefs in 2019. Pretty amazing career for somebody that got kicked out of college and nearly died trying to pass a drug test.
Yeah, and I mean, I got to give credit to Drew Phillips that I teach with. He listens to the podcast all the time for sharing that story with me and all today, because when he was telling me, he's like, hey, I really love the weird news, and this to me is weird.
That is weird.
And I was like, I've got to forward this to Nick, because I was like you. I looked at the date, and I was like, January. How did we not catch this?
Yeah. But, I went, after you said that to me, I went and Googled it, and there were so few articles about it. But it's real. I found the clip. It's real. It just evaded news somehow. So, it's so bizarre because he was the biggest thing in football.
And this is what I feel, too, is, you look at kids, and they like to do all these TikTok trends.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was like this when you were teaching at other places, but do you remember the trend where people were trying to take bathroom stall doors?
Yes, yeah.
And they were trying to take those, and we had to lock bathrooms from people, and I'm like, how do you expect to get out of school carrying around a bathroom stall door?
The big one at Cleveland when I was there is kids were trying to take the hand paper towel dispenser.
Yes, that was another one that went through it as well. And I'm like, what are you going to do with these? I don't know. I saw it on TikTok.
Ridiculous.
I mean,
well, speaking of some drugs, we've got another story, and this one is perfect for summer. Cocaine sharks on the loose in the Caribbean, Patrick. That's the headline. Cocaine. You've heard of the cocaine bear?
Yeah, I've heard the cocaine bear, and I think they even made like a horror flick off.
They did. Now this is the cocaine sharks. Cocaine-fueled sharks are now on the prowl in the Caribbean. Do you say Caribbean or Caribbean?
I say Caribbean.
Caribbean. I say Caribbean unless it's the movies, and then I'll say Caribbean, or the ride, and I'll say Caribbean. But that'd be weird if I said let's go watch Pirates of the Caribbean. That doesn't sound right. Sounds like a knockoff. Experts think tourists are to blame for introducing the predators to the drug. The drugs in the water surrounding the Bahamas are on a cheery cocktail of uppers after testing positive for cocaine, caffeine, and painkillers. Drugs have been detected across 3 different species of animal, as per a new tell-all study. This marks the very first time that caffeine and acetaminophen, I think I got that, have ever been detected in the predator. Tourists are directly to blame. This finding said that one of the scientists working on the study is, quote, mostly because people are going there, peeing in the water, and dumping their sewage in the water.
Ugh.
In the study of the 85 sea-dwelling creatures captured, 28 of them exhibited detectable levels of cocaine, caffeine, acetaminophen. I didn't get it there at that time. And diclofenac? I don't know what that is. None of these substances were found in the bloodstream of blacktip sharks and tiger sharks. But consuming these substances had a direct impact on the health of sharks. For example, the new study suggests that the diclofenac can be associated with kidney disease. So it's doing a lot of damage, apparently, to these creatures. Some of the sharks under scrutiny appeared to have altered triglycerides, urea, and lactate levels. Another way they may have consumed the drug is through ingesting a packet of cocaine residue in their predatory exploration of their surroundings. I can't think of anything much worse than coming across a cocaine-fueled shark. they're already kind of scary. Would you ever go? I know you said you go skydiving. Would you ever go cage diving?
No.
No scuba diving, no cage diving.
No.
I think I'd be more likely to go scuba diving than skydiving.
Well, see, I mean, both could have nightmare endings, but
Yeah. You ever seen that movie? I don't remember what it's called. It came out in the 2000s. It was like based on a true story where the couple went scuba diving on their honeymoon and they got left by the tourist boat. It's like a shark-infested waters.
I do remember hearing something about that movie, but I have not seen it. But I remember hearing something about it.
I think they figured it out because they found their camera like in a shark's stomach, like with the photos of like their trip, and they kind of pieced it all together what had happened. Yeah, scary stuff. So yeah, I mean, I understand anybody that wouldn't want to do that. I would like to go scuba diving. That's a bucket list thing of mine. I think.
See, because my thing is this. I mean, if God forbid if something bad was to happen, it'd be quick from the skydiving.
Yeah.
And it'd be more painful from the water.
Yeah.
And sharks.
And slower. Or if you just drowned. I mean, that'd be horrible.
Yeah, that would be horrible.
Yeah. Yeah, maybe I'll rethink it. And our last story of the week. What's in a name? It's election time in the town of Acrocher-Aube in France, where the office of mayor is up for grabs. Metro News reported on March 19th that the burg's 2,785 people have a choice between Charles Hitler.
What?
That's his name, with 2 T's. Charles Hitler, the incumbent, and Antoine Renault Zelensky.
What?
So you can choose between Hitler and Zelensky.
Wow, two names that have some famous last names.
Yeah, Zelensky is a 28-year-old far-right candidate. Hitler isn't a fan of the fuss. He says, quote, people were talking about the town and our policies. That would be one thing, he said, but all they're interested in is our names.
Yeah.
He said his father considered changing his name after World War II, but it would have been too expensive. Nobody had enough money in the 80 years since to change
exactly, yeah.
Like you can change it now.
Yeah.
You could have changed it before you ran.
Exactly. I mean, he could be Charles Norris.
Yeah, or anything.
Yeah.
Like Hitler, like Zelensky, at least like up until 4 years ago, nobody would have, outside of Ukraine or Russia, would have thought anything about that name.
Yeah.
Now it's, but one of those is much more jarring than the other.
Yeah.
Isn't it illegal to name your kid Hitler? I think if you do, it's one of those things. I don't think it's like you serve a sentence, but like they'll change the name for you.
Yeah, they'll change the name and stuff for you. I don't think you would serve a sentence. I don't.
But I think they will just pick a name instead.
Yeah, they'll change like no, you can't have that name.
Yeah, because I think it's on that list of there's so many things you just can't name a person.
Yeah,
I think it's one of them. But the election was March 22nd. So let's see who won. I guess we can look that up. Who won? Hitler or Zelensky? That's crazy. Not Zuckerberg. I don't know why that was.
Yeah, I was about to say no.
Let's see. I think Hitler won. No.
No. Does it say
Google AI is atrocious.
Zelensky won, I think.
Says that, okay, I think they have a couple rounds of voting. I guess they do theirs differently. But Charles Hitler won the first round.
Okay.
So maybe they have to go again. It looks like maybe they're having a runoff. Okay, yeah. So both candidates advance to a second round of elections in a runoff. So we'll see who ends up winning. But Charles Hitler is in the lead.
So, Nick, have you ever thought about running for an office?
I've thought about running for city mayor before.
You did?
Yeah. And maybe I will at some point. I think that'd be fun.
I had people ask me if I would have been interested in running for a city council position, but
I think you'd be really good at it.
But
you've got so much on your plate.
Yeah, I was about to say my cup runneth over, and sometimes I speak my mind and not politically correct.
Oh yeah.
And sometimes that can be good, but
yeah.
I don't know. I was just kind of curious because if you've been asked, because I know I was asked recently, and I was just like,
oh yeah, I do genuinely think you'd be good at any sort of public office.
Oh well, I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I appreciate it.
But I also 100% understand if you have no interest in that.
Yeah. I have zero, so I don't want to start any rumors.
Well, I know soccer was mostly off this week, so we'll get back into the soccer updates next week.
Oh, well, I'll tell you, though, for the week before spring break, that Friday game before spring break when you were recording.
Yeah.
That was – I tell you what, I've been part of some awesome, intense rival games from wrestling and football, and I've been in college stadiums. But that soccer game ranks in my top 2.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
I mean, it goes regulation 0-0.
Yeah.
So we go into the golden goal, which it gives you 2 5-minute halves. First score, it's done.
Yeah.
Well, first one went 0-0, so we end up going to the next one. They had a chance, Coleman did, to be able to score. Leo took a dive to be able to knock the ball and to save it. Well, it didn't go out of bounds. It went inside, and one of our defenders, he can't touch the ball with his hands, so he put his hands behind his back and dove, and he hit it with his head to save it. And so we go into penalty kicks. And the first set of penalty kicks, we go up first, and then they end up tying it at the end. So we had to go to another round of PK kicks. And so by this, they went first. Leo Garcia stops it. So we send in our next kicker, which is a 9th grader, Javi Sanchez.
Yeah.
And if he makes it, we win. And when he shot it, he surprised himself, and I think everybody was surprised because it's his first game back from a knee injury.
Oh, wow.
And so everybody was kind of like, oh my gosh, did he just make it?
Yeah.
And then when we were waiting on the official to confirm it before we start celebrating, and then when the official confirmed it, that place went nuts.
Oh, man, that's
We
awesome.
had former players, and we had people coming running onto the field. I mean, it was like that was probably the most coolest thing I think I've ever seen, and was probably one of the biggest celebrations.
What a cool moment for that kid, too.
Oh, it was. I mean, he was like shaking, like so nervous, like he's like, I was ready to get back on the field.
Yeah.
But then it didn't hit him until he was going up there. It's like, oh man, the game's on me now.
Yeah.
So, but
Wow.
it was huge, man. It's a huge win for the boys. We are actually sitting at the top of the area, and so we kind of control our own destiny now.
Oh, man, that's awesome.
We're supposed to have a game April 2nd, but we've had to reschedule that with West Point because they've had some injuries. We've tried to reschedule so we can keep senior night on April 2nd. We're waiting to hear back. We'll probably hear something Monday and all for it. But our girls, they lost big, but for them, this season has been a success. In their area, they're kind of in a tough area because Hartselle is a top 10 girls program in 6A. Coleman is a top 5, constantly in the state finals. And so just to be able to use that, a lot of people don't see it this way, but I do. I like playing that type of competition because it's a good program evaluator.
Yeah.
And so we try to approach with the mindset, if you want to get better, you need to face the best to see where your weaknesses are.
Yeah.
And so we kind of take it from that approach, and that really kind of showed that we can't depend on one person to try to win everything. We've got to be able to do it from a team aspect. And so that's really helped, and it helped us to be able to get some younger kids in there to see where we're going to be standing for next year, which looks very promising on the girls' side. But it also is a good motivation for our seniors. Hey, if you want to be able to have a winning record, use this as motivation to be able to finish the season strong. And they've still got a chance to have a winning record. They've won more games than they've had in program history this year anyway.
Wow. Yeah.
So, I mean, it's going in the right direction. They've been more competitive. They bought into Coach Wisdom's philosophy for offense and defense. They bought into my mindset training that I brought over from wrestling. We're going to be putting in a workout program for the summer and all that I'm going to kind of bring over from wrestling as well. So
Nice.
it's a lot of positive things are going on, but man, that boys game, I'm just glad that I went and had my yearly wellness screening done before that game, because I probably would have broke the blood pressure pump and stuff during it.
Well, that is awesome. Congratulations to the boys team and the girls team on having a successful year so far, and we hope they are able to get that winning record by the end of it. And thank you for listening. If you like to message the show, you can by finding us on Facebook and Twitter and Instagram at TGM Pod, or you can email the show at GameManagersPod@gmail.com. Thank you to Maddie for coming on with us, and Patrick for always being here. Patrick, if you want to find him, you can also visit him on Sundays at Ezra Baptist Church. What will we be talking about on Sunday?
It's Palm Sunday, so we're going to be taking our journey to the cross and getting ready for Easter. We're going to look at some people's encounters at the cross. We're going to be looking at the 3 criminals, and so that's going to lead us into the resurrection of Jesus for Easter Sunday. We're going to look at some other people's encounters from it, but we've been looking at different things that took place in the beating that Jesus took, and we're also going to be partaking in the Lord's Supper on Sunday as well. So it's going to be a very powerful encounter, something that I've been praying about and been really, really studying up on, and so I'm really looking forward to being able to share it over the next couple of weeks.
Well, that sounds great. I do always like hearing somebody that really digs deep into the story of the cross, and especially whenever you are able to get some new nuggets of information in there too. That's going to be a great time. So you can find him at Ezra Baptist Church on Sundays. Next week, we'll have a better look at the March Madness brackets and see how everybody's going. And we'll have those results too. Not that they'll be final, but we'll see how everybody's doing in our group as well. And thank you for joining that if you did in our March Madness brackets. Thank you for listening, and we will be back next week right here on the Game Managers Podcast on WJLX 101.5.
Blue 42! Blue 42! Hut! Hut! Hike!
Thank you for listening to the Game Managers. Like the show on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at TGM Pod. Until next week, goodbye, adios, and sayonara.